part 2 of a series of videos following the course of HMS Prince of Wales, the second Queen Elizabeth class aircraft carrier and the Fleet Flagship of the Royal Navy, which deployed on an 8-month mission to lead an international task force to the Indo-Pacific named as UK Carrier Strike Group 25. Its mission, called Operation High Mast, began in April 2025 and will end in December. In the last video we followed HMS Prince of Wales as she led the Carrier Strike Group 25 from Portsmouth Harbour, then a few days later navigating through the Gibraltar Straits along the Mediterranean Sea, crossing into the Tyrrhenian Sea and through the Straits of Messina. Here the UK Carrier Strike Group 25 had expanded as more escort ships joined the strike group. Now in the Ionian Sea, the Carrier Strike Group 25 had begun exercise Med Strike starting May 5th, 2025. This exercise is a key component of Operation High Mast. Here, as previously seen fully on my last video, HMS Prince of Wales has launched aircraft in the early hours of the morning, and now these aircraft are beginning to return. The UK Carrier Strike Group, now in the Ionian Sea, has said farewell to Republic of Singapore RSS Formidable 68. RFA Tide Force A139 has joined her sister ship RFA Tidespring A136 in supporting the Carrier Strike Group. Also in the last few days, the Spanish Navy Alvaro de Bazan F101, an air defence frigate, has arrived for escort duty. It's very likely other naval and support ships will join and depart the Carrier Strike Group over its 8-month-long deployment. On your screen is HMS Dauntless D33. The Royal Navy Type 45 destroyer is as ever a powerful presence and has escorted HMS Prince of Wales since departing Portsmouth together in April. Today, 6th of May 2025, HMS Dauntless's gunners will be shooting at targets during a gunnery exercise. The crew will be firing her 4.5-inch Mark 8 naval gun. This gun can fire 25 rounds per minute to a maximum fire range of 17.1 miles or 27.5 kilometers. As you will see in this video, this naval gun keeps the gun loaders busy. It's heavy work. Each shell weighs 81.5 pounds or 37 kg. The crew's gunners will also fire one of her 2 Phalanx Seawiz, or automated gun-based close-in weapon system. This gun is capable of firing 4,500 rounds a minute, that's 75 rounds a second, with an effective firing range of 1,625 yards or 1,486 meters. It's the 7th of May. Two of Europe's most powerful task forces teamed up for a week-long exercise as the Royal Navy's headline global mission reaches its high point in the Mediterranean. The Italian Carrier Strike Group 25 centred around their flagship, the 27,000 tons, 800 foot long or 244 metres ITS Cavour, pennant number 550, has recently returned from a highly successful month-long mission in Indo-Pacific, becoming the European Union's first naval asset to deploy F-35Bs. Today though, the Italian aircraft carrier and most of her strike group has deployed from the home port of Taranto, to combine with that of the Portsmouth-based 65,000 tons HMS Prince of Wales carrier strike group, sailing in the Ionian Sea, creating a combined force of some 21 warships, 3 submarines, 41 fast jets, 19 helicopters, 10 patrol aircraft and 8,000 personnel. The F-35B Lightning jets from both nations carried out flying operations day and night in the Mediterranean skies, while warships and submarines carried out essential training together, including anti-submarine warfare tactics in waters between Taranto and Sicily. Of the 3 submarines involved during the exercise Med Strike, only 2 have been identified. These are the Royal Navy's HMS Astute S119, an Astute-class nuclear-powered attack submarine, a French Navy Rubis-class nuclear-powered attack submarine, name was withheld for security purposes. It's very likely the third submarine is the Italian Navy Todaro-class Type 212A diesel-electric attack submarine. On the 7th of May, both carriers conducted a cross-deck exercise, with each carrier launching several F-35B Lightning II aircraft to land on the flight decks of each other carriers. While the only jet flown from HMS Prince of Wales is the F-35B, the Italian carrier Cavour operates both the F-35B and the AV-8B Harrier II. 617 Squadron and 809 Naval Air Squadron are on board the Prince of Wales, operating the F-35s as part of the Carrier Strike Group 25. 617's Executive Officer, Lieutenant Commander Joe Mason, temporarily transferred to the Cavour, worked closely with ITS Cavor's Deputy Air Wing Commander, Captain Gianni Battista Maltini, and the Italian carrier's Flying Control Centre to ensure a safe and smooth cross-deck exercise. On this same day, 7th of May 2025, HMS Prince of Wales crew successfully completed a heavy machine gun gunnery exercise at sea. In the past, this exercise will be focused on countering against manned and armed fast-moving small boat threats. The emergence of long-range armed unmanned aerial drones and armed unmanned surface vehicles has switched somewhat an emphasis on defending against these ever-improving unmanned systems, which are now seen as a very high and likely threat.
P62! Good. Unload! Roger, unload. Good. Bolt release. Fire. Right, well done, that's fine. Right, next person. Stand to service, look up there, red 90. Take that shit. Rapid fire!
HMS Prince of Wales close-in defence systems include 6.50 calibre Browning heavy machine guns, 3 Phalanx Seawiz and 4 30mm DS-30M Mark II guns. However, the Royal Navy is also looking at radio frequency wave-directed energy systems and laser beam technology such as Dragonfire. The Navy is also looking at the introduction of on-board swarming defensive attack drones and development of Navy helicopters to further enhance their ability to track and destroy enemy unmanned drone assets. Today, multiple gun teams are firing the weapons systems.
I don't want to know.
Hold the radio. Give it a... Ready? Okay. P4 stand 2, look out bearing red 90. Happy.
P4 stand 2.
P4 cover contact. Carry out the IA. Good, well done.
It's May the 10th, and in a somewhat surprising arrival are 4 RAF Typhoons from 1F Squadron. Seen here, they are flying over the Ionian Sea, supported by an RAF Voyager air-to-air refuelling aircraft. Below them are the ships of the UK and Italian strike groups. There is very little information released by the UK Ministry of Defence with regards to the specific deployment. I have managed to piece together some information from the small amount of data released. This is what I know. The Typhoons are actually assigned to RAF Lossiemouth in Scotland, United Kingdom, and the RAF Voyager home base is RAF Brize Norton, United Kingdom. The air refueler aircraft are assigned to 10 Squadron and 101 Squadron. However, it's unlikely they have flown directly from the United Kingdom. Instead, we know that RAF Typhoons are stationed at RAF Akrotiri and have been active over several years, defending airspace over Cyprus. More recently, they're defending Israel by operating over Syrian and Iraq airspace. During this operation, they intercepted many Islamic State group launched attack drones and missiles. More recently, RAF Typhoons have shot down attack drones and missiles launched by Iran. On April 30, 2025, RAF Typhoons stationed at RAF Akrotiri, supported by Voyager air refueling tankers, conducted precision strikes against Houthi military facilities in western Yemen, targeting buildings used to produce drones that threaten international shipping in the Red Sea and Gulf of Aden. Although no specific threat appears to be made against the UK and Italian carrier groups, it seems likely the RAF Typhoon FGR-4, flown by the very experienced pilots of RAF 1 Squadron, arrived to exercise and trained with the combined fleet ships and aircraft to provide additional fast jet air cover to defend against drone threats, subsonic, supersonic and ballistic missiles. This video footage recorded 10th of May 2025 appears to show an RAF Voyager preparing for takeoff at what looks like RAF Akrotiri. This air-to-air refuelling aircraft would likely have taken off first, setting a flight course to the Ionian Sea, a distance from Cyprus of 1,266 miles or 2,037 kilometres. She would be followed by the faster Typhoon jets, receiving fuel around the 900 mile point. The fighter jets do have an impressive straight line 1,800 mile range, but would obviously burn more fuel during intense training or military operations. It's likely the fighter jets would have received air-to-air refuelling 3 or 4 times during the training operation. The RAF Voyager holds 111 tons of fuel, enough to support the 30 fighter jets, but wouldn't be surprised if a second Voyager was deployed. It's the 11th of May 2025 and the exercise of Med Strike is over. HMS Prince of Wales R09 and her escorts say goodbye to the Italian Carrier Strike Group and sails for the Greek island of Crete. HMS Prince of Wales and her Carrier Strike Group 25 arrived to Souda Bay, part of the Greek island of Crete, on May the 13th for a planned logistic stop. On arrival, the HMS Prince of Wales was greeted by the Greek frigate HS Nikephoros Phokas, pendant F466, as viewed here from the carrier's flight deck. The island visit, which lasted for a week, gave the majority of the ship's crew a valuable rest period. Souda Bay itself is a well-established naval base in Crete, serving the Hellenic Navy and NATO. The HMS Prince of Wales departed Crete on May the 21st, 2025. Part 3 of this series of videos continues to follow the journey of the UK Carrier Strike Group as it transits the Suez Canal, and a possible flashpoint as the Carrier Strike Group 25 sails across the Red Sea within range of Houthi rebels' drone and missile systems. Thanks for watching.